Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel on High Level Coder, and in this video I'm going to discuss about automated testing. What's the importance of automated testing, why do we need automated testing, and how we can implement basic automated testing in JavaScript and Java. But this is going to be the first basic introduction to doing some automated testing in Java and JavaScript. But before we actually start doing automated testing, let's try to understand why do we need this automated testing. Now, you might not actually see the value of automated testing in simple programs. Yes, that's true. But as our programs start growing bigger and more complex, and over time, there are many programs which are living for more than 5 years or so, then whenever we are trying to introduce any new functionality in an already existing program, then we need to be very careful that we are not introducing any bug unknowingly in that program. And the best way to do that, to ensure that, is to run some automated tests, which test for all possible scenarios of that particular program. Now, you might think that we can also do manual testing, but in manual testing we might, first of all, it requires a very independent outlook, it requires a manual effort, and also we might miss out some scenarios. On the other hand, if we properly write automated tests, then we can actually ensure when our code base grows that by running the automated test that our code does not break because of introduction of new code. And if our code breaks, of course, we can fix that. So that's the value of automated testing. And in this session, in this video, I'm going to show you how we can implement very simple tests in Java and JavaScript as a starter, because again, this is a starter video for people who are just starting to code. So first we will see the JavaScript solution, because as always it is lightweight and quicker to implement. And yeah, even for the JavaScript solution we need an external library, and the name of the library is jest. Sorry, you cannot see the text over there. And we can install the library using the command npm install jest. And when you install the library, then we can actually run the code or run the test code. So on the left you can see some test code which is testing basically a prime number. So basically we had another JavaScript program which tested for which actually checked whether a number is prime or not, and this code is checking whether the prime number is working as expected. And also I would request you that in the bottom I have provided the link to my blog, so please feel free to navigate to my blog. Maybe you can actually go through my blog and then come back and see the demo, but whatever suits you better, please do that. So this is the JavaScript solution. Now we will go to the Java solution. Again, for the Java solution also we will need an external library, and that the name of the external library for the Java solution is JUnit. And the good news is that whenever we create a Maven project out of the box, then that Java JUnit library gets automatically added as a Maven dependency in pom.xml. But if you have still not set up a Maven project, please follow my other video where I actually showed how to use external libraries in Java. So this is the JavaScript code which is going to test the prime number, and the prime number is here in a separate file. And coming back to the test code, first I need to install the jest, which is the library which is using for test, which I'm using to test. But since I had already installed the library, I am not redoing it. So you need to run the command npm install jest. For that matter, for installing any library in JavaScript, you need to run the command npm install and then the library name. And if the command runs successfully, then you will see that in package.json file, just like other dependencies, jest has also been added. And an additional thing for this testing library is that it also adds this line within the scripts. Now I will show you what is the importance of that line, because I can actually run this either by clicking here, or also if I just run npm test, then it will run both the tests. The reason is because the jest framework actually expects that the file names will be .test.js, and I can then execute the test by issuing the command npm test. Then it will find all the jest tests in my code base and it will run them. So that's what it is doing. It has mentioned test suite is 1 and total there are 2 tests, both of them passed. So that's the JavaScript version. Let me run the Java version. So here is the Java test method, which is again testing that prime. So that is prime, here is a is prime class, and within that is prime class I have another is prime method, and basically this app test.java is calling that is prime, is basically testing that is prime. So I'm having 2 methods. One is checking if 13 is prime, the other is checking if 15 is prime. Of course 13 prime would be true, and so that's why this is assert true, which means assert that this is true, and 15 is prime is assert false. So I will now first set maven and then I will, so if I run the command maven package, it will compile and it will also execute the test. So let's see. So now it is executing the test. It has executed both the tests. In fact, you can also execute the test by clicking here. So now it is also executing the test. So you can execute the test in either ways. I hope this was useful and you got an understanding of how we can implement automated testing in JavaScript and Java. But please go ahead and copy the code from my blog and set it up first in JavaScript and then in Java, and run the tests and then tweak the program and play with that, because that's how we learn coding. And last but not the least, if you think that this session was useful and if you liked my explanation, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like my video, because that's going to motivate me. Thank you very much.